Hey, good morning. Happy New Year. Wow, it's early. It is early and you are here. Wow, you're here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Fucci. Welcome to Tiny Kitchen Big Taste. We're making, what are we making? Oh, we're making sheet pan chicken. It's a great meal. It's a good way to start off the year because it's literally one pan. And on New Year's Day, easy's good. Easy is very good. Plus, it's super healthy, so it's a great way to kick off the year. Speaking of kicking off the year, I'm gonna go finish my coffee, and hopefully next time you see me, I will be ready to bring it. So what you're gonna need is a bone-in chicken breast, acorn squash, an apple, a carrot, a shallot, olive oil, whiskey,
maple syrup,
salt and pepper, Dijon mustard, apple cider vinegar, and dried thyme. You'll also need a baking sheet, non-stick aluminum foil, which is optional, 2 Ziploc bags, a melon baller, which is optional, a measuring spoon, a meat thermometer, which is optional, and a sharp knife. Now, I don't know about you, I love starting a new year. Whether last year was great or not so great, it's just a chance to turn over a new leaf, take on a fresh perspective, keep what's working in your life, and get rid of that which is not. Well, 2018 for me, it was a pretty good year overall. I'm a very optimistic person, but I want to hear from you. I'm always talking about myself. I want to hear from you. How was your 2018? Take our poll above. Let us know whether 2018 was hey or whether it was. Now, while you're doing that, go ahead and click subscribe below. Click that bell. That's going to keep you informed about every new release here on Tiny Kitchen Big Taste. In creating recipes, I do a lot of tasting and testing, and with that comes overindulgence. So this year, for myself, I'm being intentional about portion control and also eating healthier. And because I'm doing it, guess what? You're stuck doing it too. At least through January, because this January I'm going to be featuring some really healthy recipes that are great tasting and that won't break the bank. We're starting off with our sheet pan chicken. It's a maple whiskey chicken breast with some roasted vegetables. It's going to be amazing. We're going to start by marinating our chicken breast. I've just placed a Ziploc bag over a glass measuring cup. This just helps to keep the bag upright so that we can add our olive oil. Now, the olive oil is just going to help to keep that chicken breast nice and juicy as we roast it. And we will next add our whiskey. Yep, that's the whiskey. Don't worry about the alcohol. That's going to burn off and just leave that great, rich whiskey flavor. Next, we're going to add our
maple syrup and apple cider vinegar.
Now, that's the acid that we'll need that will make that chicken breast nice and tender. We're next going to add some Dijon mustard, also a little bit of an acid that'll help to keep it tender as well. And then I'm going to throw in some dried thyme, a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix that up. All right. And then we'll just trade plates here, and I'm going to season the chicken breast with a little bit of salt on both sides. And next we're going to place our chicken breast into our Ziploc bag, seal it up, making sure to get out all of the air. Voila! And then I will place this in our glass measuring cup. This will allow us to just put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes at minimum. If you want to do it for 2 hours, even better. If you want to do it overnight, even better. So while our chicken is marinating in the fridge, we can prepare our vegetables, beginning with our acorn squash. Now this wobbles a little bit, and I want to make sure I have a really steady base when I cut it. So I'm just going to file off the top there. And that makes it steady. I'm just going to slice it in half. And then we will scoop out the seeds. And then I'm going to cut about 1/4 to 1/2 inch slices. Now, the cool thing about acorn squash is that once it's roasted, you can actually eat the skin, so you don't even have to worry about peeling it. Then I'm going to throw half of it into our Ziploc bag here. Now, we can save this for another time. Just pop that back in the fridge. Next, on to our apple. I am using a Golden Delicious apple. You can use a Granny Smith apple or a Braeburn. Those are all great roasting apples. We'll slice it in half. And then if you've got a melon baller, you can just go ahead and take out the core very easily. If you don't have one, just go ahead and use a spoon. I'm going to cut a little V, get rid of the rest of the core, and then I'm just going to slice it right in half. On to our carrots. I like to take off the top at a little bit of an angle and then just continue to cut at an angle. It makes it a little bit fancier. Carrot goes in the bag. And then last, we've got our shallot. Just going to take off the tip and the base. Peel off the skin, and then we'll just slice this in thirds. Throw it into our Ziploc bag. We can add a little bit of olive oil. Doesn't need a lot. Some salt, and just a touch of pepper. Go ahead and zip that up. Give it a shake, and get them nice and coated. I have taken our beautifully marinated chicken breast, placed it on our baking sheet that is lined with our aluminum foil. I patted the top with some paper towels. That's going to dry out the skin so that when you cook it in the oven, it will get nice and crispy. When cooking chicken, I like to use a meat thermometer. That way I make sure I get an accurate read of the temperature of the chicken. Now to use this, we just stick it into the thickest part of the chicken breast. Now a chicken breast usually takes about 40 minutes to cook, but we're gonna add the vegetables at the halfway point, so we're gonna pop this in a 425-degree oven for 20 minutes. So I've taken out our chicken breast and drained off some of the excess juices. We're gonna place our vegetables all around our chicken. Pop this back in the oven until this reaches 165, actually 160, because we're gonna bring the chicken out at 160. The residual heat will bring it up to that perfect sweet spot of 165. If you don't have a meat thermometer, it will be about 20 minutes or until the juices on the pan start to run clear. Back in the oven it goes. So we've taken our chicken out and those juices are running clear and our vegetables fork tender. Now, if the vegetables are not yet done, just take the chicken out, pop the vegetables back in until they are done. At this point, I think we can plate it up. So check this out. Look at those beautiful roasted vegetables, that golden brown chicken. Now to serve this, I just removed the foil, served it directly on the sheet pan. Why dirty another dish? Hey, go get the recipe for this. It's available on our website. You can also check us out at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And when you try this recipe, please let us know about it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Until next time, I'm Fucci reminding you that if I can make sheet pan chicken in a kitchen this tiny, you can make it in yours. We'll see you next time on Tiny Kitchen. Big taste. Oh, that is amazing flavor. Go get the recipe. So check this out, those beautiful away, served it directly on our sheet pan. Why worry another dish?